Hello, my name is Mayur Thakkar and I am here to give a brief demo on the project that me and my project partner Ayan Basu has made, which is a stock market trading and management system for investors. In this system, we have three kind of logins, or rather two logins. One is administrator login and one is the existing investors login. And if a new user who wants to join in with our system, he needs to register with this new investor button. So I'll go ahead and show you the first option, which is administrator login, which will give us all the functions that an admin can perform with the system. These are the four functions that an administrator can do, which is add stocks to the current list of stocks for investors to purchase. He can view or remove the stocks from the list. Administrator can also add a new investor and also modify details of all the existing investors. We have put validations here as well, like if nothing is selected and submit is clicked, the error message comes up to select at least one option. So first I would like to show you how an administrator can add a stock. For example, I am giving a stock name as test stock 1 and the price of which is 10.24. So once I add the stock, it gets added to the list of stocks for investors to purchase. If I try and add the same stock, it says the stock is already present in the list of stocks to buy. And if at all there is something missing, then also we have added the validations. Now the stock which was just added gets to the bottom of the list, which is test stock 1. So this is the list of all the dummy stocks that we added to the list of stocks for the investors to buy. If admin wants to remove a stock, there is a validation if no name is provided. So I'll go ahead and give a valid name and try to remove this stock. So this stock is already purchased by an existing investor, so it cannot be deleted by administrator. This is also validation that we have kept. So I would go ahead and try to delete some other stock. So this is the 12th entry which I tried to delete, and it is deleted. After I refresh, the changes are reflected here. The next option I would like to show is how an administrator can modify details of the existing investor. These are the investors who are registered with the system right now. If I try and directly click on update, we have kept validation messages. First I will go ahead and try to modify details of investor ID 1. If email ID is not valid, it gives me an error message. Investor details are updated. After I click on refresh, the updated details are displayed here. If an administrator wants to add a new investor from his end, this is the registration page which opens up, and validations are kept for each and every input here. Like it says first name cannot be empty, so I would go ahead and put some first name. If username is not provided, so null validations are checked at each and every point. If I enter a phone number which is not a valid number, it says please enter only numbers. If at all I enter digits more than 10, then there is also an error message which says the maximum of 10 digits are only permitted. Email validations are also kept. If at all create and confirm password are not same. once I create a new investor account gets created with the created login name and password. If at all I try to create a user with the same username, it checks in the database and it says that the username is already registered with the system, so it cannot be used once again. This is the investor login, wherein I'll go ahead and log in with the credentials which I just created. So these are the 4 functions that an investor can perform. He can buy stocks, sell stocks, view existing stocks that are there in the market, and also view the portfolio once he performs any of the transactions. So I'll go ahead and first try and buy some stocks for him. If it the list will be obviously a very big list, so we have given a search option wherein a investor can search for a stock. If nothing is provided, a validation message comes up. So if I give AB and try and search the stock, so all the stocks which has name as AB comes up, and we have coded in such a way that this case is not sensitive. So I'll go ahead and try to buy some stock. I'll enter quantity is 20. I'll go ahead and buy. So this stock is bought at current price and it's added to the portfolio. I'll refresh the list to get the list of the entire stocks once again, and I'll go and buy another stock. The stock is also added to the portfolio. Now we can go and check the portfolio. The 2 stocks which we just bought are added to the portfolio list with the current date and the quantity which we mentioned, and these are the current stock prices for each stocks. Now if I want to sell a new sell the stocks which is there in my portfolio, I'll just provide stock ID, sorry, portfolio ID, and the exact stock name. It's very convenient as I can see the exact name from the table which is there right there. I have quantity 30 for ABB Limited, so a partial transaction can also be done. Like if I want to just sell 20 of it, I click on sell. The portfolio is updated with the current stock price. Once I refresh the list, the quantity is now 10 and today's transaction date is updated. Now if at all I want to sell all the quantity of this ABB Limited stock, I'll go ahead and sell. The message says a stock sold at current price, and once I refresh the list, that stock goes away from my portfolio. This is again a function wherein if an investor just wants to check all the available stock that are there in the market for purchasing, we have also given a search option here wherein he can search. If nothing is provided, a validation message comes up. So all the stocks which has BA in it appears. Once I refresh the list, I get the entire list once again. So this is the entire demo for our project, wherein we have kept various exception handling, inheritance interfaces also are used, and one more important feature that we have performed is the password hashing, which we can see here. So the table for investors, here it is. The investor that we added through investor registration page, the entry of it goes in this table, and we have performed a password hashing technique in that, so that if at all this table is queried, no one will be able to see the exact password that is set by the investor. the investor which we created with the first name as first and last name as last. The password that we created was 123, but it appears as an encrypted format. So this is what we did for our project. We've also used CSS, wherein the entire designing part is done through just one CSS file, which is first page.css. We have included the same styling techniques for all the pages. So this is all about the project that we made. Hope you like it. Thank you.